So again, okay.
And your
so
Playland is a losing proposition.
Oh, okay, Playland. All right.
And I'm waiting for my daughter to come back from camp today. She's at West Point. I want to bring her when she comes back next week. One of my goals is to go to Playland with my family and check it out again. We haven't been there in years, and I understand it's $25 to get in. That's fine, but I'd like to see what's going on down there. It just doesn't seem like it was a losing proposition. They had one of the ones in New Jersey just filed for Chapter 11, but the other amusement parks are making money. Why isn't this one?
Right. Well, they did a couple of changes. They upgraded it. I remember a report years ago saying if they upgraded the rides, and it would help draw people in. So let's see what happens with that $25. I think you pay parking now.
Yeah.
Of course, you didn't pay parking, I don't think, the last time. And these tickets, you can go on all the rides you want. So that's good. But you know, it's funny. Your opponent, Mr. Kapowitz, you know, he said, sitting right at this chair, that they're doing better, that they were shortfall $4 million short, and then he saved $2 million, and he was happy about that. So he only lost $2 million. So you know, we're going to talk about him a little bit more.
So now the sinking ship it's still sinking, but now it's not as much water as once was. But that doesn't mean it's going to stay afloat. It's still sinking.
Well, listen now. The county does all the state services, and it's so much money. And I think they have about $576 million that they can use that you have to vote on. The rest is all mandated stuff. Now, you have any ways of doing away with these mandated stuff?
Well, it's not doing away. You can't really do away with mandated items. You can reassess them where, case in point, the social services, we're giving them Cadillac service, and we really have a budget for, Chevy Impala. But we're spending twice the amount of money on these social services we just put that new building up, some $60 million, something ridiculous in Yonkers, which the welfare rolls are decreasing, but we're hiring more people, and we just upgraded it to a huge new facility for them. So there's something generally wrong with that design there.
Well, if they come down with money from the state and they mandate it, and the county's spending more than the money they get from the state, there's something big time wrong there.
Yeah.
So
and then I think we need to question a lot of things that are coming down from the state. I mean, obviously the state Senate right now has some significant issues. So I think we, as taxpayers, should question a lot of more things that come out of the state.
Well, let's talk about that one that's coming out of the state. Let's see if I can get this right. February 5th, bill was introduced by Adam Bradley, Sandy Galiff, Poland, and George Latimer. And they refer to the Committee on Real Property Taxation. So what they're trying to do here is have a commercial assessment ratio change. And what that means is that condos, apartments, and co-ops are going to be charged at full
market value.
Now, my understanding, it stopped in the Senate. Susan Oppenheimer brought it up, and it stopped. This will kill everybody.
This will hurt especially seniors and people on fixed incomes.
Right.
I mean, it just really put it's not just a nail in the coffin, a series of nails in the coffin.
Wow.
You think about it. Why are they doing this? They're doing it to get more tax revenue. For what? For their projects, their ideas. It's disingenuous. It's scheming to get money. People are hurting. I just met a woman just the other day, and she doesn't live in Westchester County. She lives in Putnam County. Her husband lost their job. They have to sell their house. They're looking. She doesn't know what to do where she can afford to live now. There are huge homes for sale. You look in the papers and the Journal News, there's a list of foreclosures in your area.
There's about 50 here, I understand, in Yorktown,
Yeah.
in Somers.
Yeah.
There's a
Well,
lot of houses for sale, that's for
a
sure.
lot of houses for sale. So it's the wrong thing to do. You need to, in certain cases, use a blunt instrument to cut back on services that are wrong, and you need a surgical procedure when needed to reduce funding, or not refund. Yeah, we're going to reduce funding when you're going to reduce services that are not necessarily needed. You have a rotten barn, and you put a slap of paint on it. It'll look good for a little while, but it's still rotting and still going to fall down. So just generating more money into the project is not going to strengthen the building. You're just putting more paint on a rotting building.
Well,
rotting barn.
they did that in Ardsley to store the machines for so that was like a big debacle there.
Yeah, and the value of the building increased from this year versus last year up 10%, and then there was a reason nobody bought that building, because there was, anybody went in there and looked at it, there was faults in the building, and why would anybody risk? I mean, the taxes. I was talking to a man last night. He's from New York City. He's looking to move either in Connecticut or New York. He says, you go to Connecticut and you're buying $1 million house, you're paying $8,000 a year on taxes. You buy the same house in Chappaqua, you're paying half the price, but you're paying 3 to 4 times in taxes. So you're talking, say the house is $500,000 in Chappaqua, you're paying somewhere between $25,000 to $35,000 a year in taxes.
Wow, don't take long to build up that.
Just think if you lowered the, he was trying to understand, if you lowered the taxes in Westchester County, the real estate value would go up. So it's to be everyone's benefit if we could do that, and we have to maturely do that and be honest about it and do it. And how can Connecticut have such a significant lower cost of taxes than us?
Well, that's what I was down at the Tea Party to try to get rid of county government or rethink county government. And that's what was so many things that Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts doesn't have a county government. So once you get in there, though, you're going to have to see that maybe you can make some changes. See, I would love to see a county manager.
Inspector General or something.
And Inspector General. If they had an Inspector General, he'll go through that whole county and see what the waste is and spending, and that might help. Because right now the county executive, well, my speech at the Tea Party was to get rid of the executive branch of the government. With his driving around with his security, with his all these things that he gets, $159,000 go to a manager to oversee the whole county. So I don't know.
That's something. Yeah, it just. And you can't just use that as a blunt instrument and get rid of it all in one shot, or very significantly, because that you have to surgically remove or disconnect the Westchester County government from the local governments, and then work from there. And that's where you would use the scalpel to disconnect.
Just make him a figurehead, because that's all he does is cut tape and have those parties and make speeches.